A new study is suggesting that the best way to fight climate change is through trees.
Trees can capture huge amounts of carbon, reducing global warming.
The British government has just committed to reduce the UK's net greenhouse gas emissions to zero by 2050. A big part of achieving that goal is to dramatically increase the number of trees planted right across the country.
The call to plant trees is everywhere and has long been seen as a simple way to reduce the impact of carbon emissions.
People say to me all the time, what can I do? What's one thing I can do? You can plant a tree. And whether you plant the tree in your own backyard or whether you pay to have trees planted in Tanzania, it's something you can do.
This focus on reforestation is justified, as trees can clean the air we breathe and store huge amounts of carbon. Just to put it into perspective, a forest the size of the U.S. would store 205 billion tons of carbon. That's 2/3 of the carbon emitted since the late 18th century. Tree planting is generally a positive thing, but it isn't a catch-all solution in the fight against the climate crisis. The trees need to contribute to biodiversity, be protected, and be given time to grow. Otherwise, they can actually harm the environment, like some areas of the Amazon that are releasing greenhouse gases. Most importantly, tree planting is just one part of larger efforts needed to lower carbon emissions. As Greta Thunberg stated last year,
"We're not telling you to offset your emissions by just paying someone else to plant trees in places like Africa, while at the same time forests like the Amazon are being slaughtered at an infinitely higher rate." Planting trees is good, of course, but it's nowhere near enough of what is needed, and it cannot replace real mitigation and rewilding nature.
Global Citizen Live will call on world leaders, corporations, and foundations to prioritize conserving, restoring, and growing at least 1 billion additional trees by 2022. Learn more at globalcitizen.org.